Please welcome the Emory Stoops and Joyce King Stoops, Dean of the USC Rossier School of Education, Pedro A. Negura.
Good afternoon. Please be seated. I'm honored to welcome you, our graduates, your families and friends, to the USC campus today. It's truly wonderful to be here with all of you to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2025. Let me begin by recognizing that we occupy land originally and still inhabited and cared for by the Tongva, Tataviam, Serrano, Keys, and Chumash peoples. We honor and pay respect to their elders and descendants, past, present, and emerging, for they showed us how to live in harmony with these lands and waters. And if we had learned from their example, we might not be faced with the environmental hazards that now threaten our way of life. On behalf of the faculty, staff, alumni, and friends of the USC Rossier School of Education, I offer heartiest congratulations to the graduates. Today, we salute you and to all the people who have supported you in fulfilling your educational goals. Thank you. I would like to acknowledge our special guest on the platform here today. Our distinguished guests include 6 members of our Board of Counselors. If you would please stand. Maggie Chidester, Gary Crisp, Lynn Jacobson, Mary James, Michael Lizarraga, Elena Glassenberg. Thank you for your service and your support to our school. We also have a distinguished guest and USC alumnus, George Pla. Dr. Pla, please stand. Thank you for being with us on this important day. I would also acknowledge a dear member of the Rossier family, Roger Rossier, the namesake of our school, who sadly passed away in August of 2024. Roger and his late wife, Barbara, dedicated their lives to education and public service. Their hard work, advocacy, and passion for helping others changed countless lives. Their legacy lives on through our school, and we will always be grateful for their support. Today, we are awarding 214 doctoral graduates, including the PhD in Education and Urban Education Policy, the EDD in Educational Leadership, the Global Executive EDD, and the EDD in Organizational Change and Leadership. They're here. When you cross the stage today, it will signify a tremendous accomplishment. After countless hours of research, writing, and studying, you have achieved your goal of graduating as professionals from USC Rossier. All of you now join approximately 2% of the adult population in the United States with a doctoral degree. Today, we celebrate your achievement and look forward to seeing the positive contributions you will make to society. Yes, let's go. Although this might feel like the end, as we know, the word commencement literally means beginning. I want you to think about that for a moment. While your studies at USC Rossier have concluded, you are now beginning a new chapter of life. With your new degrees, you are now prepared to take on new responsibilities and challenges. And the challenges we face are significant. We are living at a time of great turmoil and uncertainty on so many fronts: the economy, politics, the environment, and health. We face enormous challenges. Despite the headwinds, I remain confident and hopeful about the future because of the talent and resolve I sense among you. Yes. Regardless of what lies ahead, I hope you will draw upon your intelligence and creativity to solve the problems you will face. Always keep in mind that each of us has the ability to do something to make a positive difference in the world. I also want you to know that whatever you decide to pursue next, you will always have the support and partnership of your fellow Trojans. The Rossier promise is real. We are here to help you realize your professional aspirations and to assist you in making a positive difference through the work you will do. As you know, the mission of USC Rossier remains unchanged. Despite the threats to those who embrace DEI, otherwise known as diversity, equity, and inclusion, interestingly, we've never heard anyone explain why they oppose DEI, so how can we retreat? We still believe that diversity is our strength, that the pursuit of equity is the only thing we can do to counter inequality, and that the right to be included is a God-given human right, not a political right. Not a political right that can be taken away with an executive order. We agree with the Pope Leo XIV. God does not ask us to rank those we love, cherish, and respect. So graduates, you can count on USC Rossier to continue to prepare leaders who will advance equity through practice, research, service, and policy. Your drive and determination make our mission real. However, if you share our commitment, I cannot guarantee that you will not be targeted. Already, some of our faculty have lost major grants because the authorities in Washington determined that their interest in expanding access to education for those who have historically been denied was unworthy of federal support. This is a setback, but not a defeat. We will find ways to continue to do the work that is so vital to the kind of nation we will become and the kind of future we will create. Education remains one of the best resources we have for creating a more just and equitable society. Our commitment to our mission, therefore, is more than just a fad. It is rooted in our values and the work being done by our faculty, staff, and graduates. Over the past few months, I have been searching for guidance and inspiration to help me find a path during this challenging period. My search has led me to read widely, to seek out advice from elders, and to reflect on how those who preceded us have dealt with attacks and setbacks before. In February, I participated in a commemoration of the Voting Rights March from Selma to Montgomery. Instead of marching, we did the 60-mile bike trip, which still proved to be quite challenging, even though, unlike the original marchers, we were not beaten along the way. I was filled with emotion as we crossed the Edmund Pettus Bridge, knowing that dozens of others had been violently attacked for attempting to cross that bridge 60 years ago, simply because they wanted to exercise their right as Americans to vote. I was inspired when I saw the images of the original marchers, one of whom was a veteran with one leg, and I was deeply moved when we stopped at the memorial to over 4,000 victims of lynchings and saw their names hanging from plaques. The experience reminded me that we have been through challenging times before, far worse than anything we've encountered so far. Recently, I've been reading the philosopher Bayo Akomolafe, who encourages us to see that when times are urgent, we must slow down. Slow down so that we can be thoughtful and strategic as we plan our career moves, and reflective as we decide for ourselves how to handle the obstacles that lie ahead. My hope is that as you leave this place, you will know that your education isn't just a personal achievement. You're part of a broader community of humans that must figure out how to use our innate curiosity, creativity, and talent to create a world that is more just, humane, and sustainable. As USC Rossier graduates, you are equipped to participate fully in meeting the challenges of our times head on. We have confidence in you. You've already demonstrated that you're capable in overcoming obstacles to complete your degree. We have no doubt that you will rise to meet the challenges you will face with equanimity, determination, and grace. We encourage you to use your intellect, to never be afraid to ask difficult questions, and to seek meaningful partnerships and collaborations with those who share your values and goals. We know that you will stand up for what you believe in. We hope that you will stay connected to the USC Rossier community. You are now a member of the Trojan family, so you will never be alone on this journey. On behalf of the USC Rossier faculty, staff, and alumni, I wish you good health, success, and happiness in all of your professional endeavors. You came to USC Rossier because you want to make a difference. We can't wait to see all that you accomplish in the years ahead. I congratulate you, and I implore you, as always, to fight on. Today's ceremony is rich in tradition, and it's become a tradition here at USC Rossier for a faculty member to describe the symbolic meanings embedded in university and commencement ceremonies. Taking on this role today is Dr. Larry Pikus, Professor of Education, Finance, and Policy, and the Richard T. Cooper and Mary Catherine Cooper Chair in Public School Administration. He's also our Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs. Please welcome Dr. Pikus.
Thank you, Dean Noguera. As you march in academic procession on Commencement Day, you wear the caps and gowns of a long tradition. Your academic regalia is not merely a costume, it represents an unbroken chain uniting students and scholars since the time of the Middle Ages. This costume has emerged from centuries of tradition in Great Britain, where each university adopted its own costume. In 1895, American institutions created the Intercollegiate Code, regulating the design or patterns of gowns and hoods and the colors to be used. This code remains substantially intact today. At this point, I'm supposed to ask somebody to come up and model what we're going to talk about next. I'm going to break the rules and ask two people to come up this time. Two of my dissertation students have traveled from a long, long far away, and I'd like Abhi Prakash and Amber Singh to come up and stand right out here in front. Amber came from Dubai and Abhi from Singapore. So, a very long way. Just stand right down there in front. And just go with the flow. Face the audience, please. Yeah, there you go. You're our models today. Caps. Typically the Oxford or mortarboard cap is worn. A recent exception is the wearing of a soft doctor's cap made of velvet. The tassel is black at USC for bachelor's and master's degrees. Doctors and governing officials only may wear a tassel of gold metallic thread. It is customary to leave the tassel draped over the left temple at all times. Gowns. The gowns for bachelors are black and have long pointed sleeves. The master's gown, also black, is made with an oblong sleeve. That always happens, by the way. The doctor's gown is an elaborate costume marked by velvet panels down the front and around the neck, as well as by 3 bars of the same material on the bell-shaped sleeves. It is cut much fuller than the other gowns and may be ornamented in color. USC is among a handful of universities which permit other than black doctoral gowns. Our gown was designed for the inauguration of President James H. Zumberg in 1981. Hoods. Of all the components of the costume, the hood is the most symbolic. It makes clear the level of the degree, the faculty, and the institution which awarded it. The degree is shown by the size of the hood, the width of the velvet trimming, and in the case of doctors, by the shape. Your hoods are lined in cardinal and gold, USC's colors. The velvet trimming of royal blue signifies the PhD degree, the trimming of light blue, the EDD degree. There are several other symbols. The heraldic mace, USC's mace, is a ceremonial scepter symbolizing the authority which established the university's charter in 1880. The mace dates back to the 13th century as symbols of royal authority. The chair of the Academic Senate has the honor of serving as a mace bearer at academic processions, and they'll do that tomorrow if you're at the ceremony. The heraldic flags are designed for each academic unit which confers degrees at USC and are carried by a student at commencement. The Rossier School of Education's banner includes the academic color of light blue. The four quadrants of the flag are adorned by two panels showing the book, illuminated by the lamp of learning, the traditional symbol of education. The third panel is occupied by the sun, symbolizing light and warmth and affection extended by USC to the student community. The fourth panel includes a torch of learning. The university seal, which dates back to 1955, depicts three torches: arts, sciences, and philosophy. The California poppy, the university flower, and a setting sun, symbolizing the vitality of the West. The torches are symbolic of learning. The sun is the symbol of power and life. The poppy is the symbol of growth. The university's motto, translated from Latin, is "Let him bear the palm who merits it." Finally, in answer to a question often asked by my students in class, will you make a copy of that so we don't have to take notes? The answer is it's available online at the USC Commencement site, so you can see it there. Thank you very much. Thank you both for serving as models, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Pikus. I would now like to introduce Dr. Kathy Stowe, our Associate Dean for Academic Programs, who will present our 2025 Dissertation Distinction Awards.
All right, I want to really hear you. Congratulations, graduates! Now it is my privilege to present our 2025 Dissertations of Distinction to 4 of our distinct graduates. Our recipients of this honor are members of the class of 2024 and 2025. Our PhD Dissertation of Distinction is presented to Dr. Elif Alslah UJ. For her dissertation, What Happens When You're Free? Navigating the Nexus of Higher Education and Criminal Legal Reentry, chaired by Drs. Royale M. Johnson and the late Dr. Tatiana Melgizo, whose brilliance, mentorship, and enduring impact continue to shape and inspire our scholarly community. Congratulations, Dr. UJ. Our EDL Dissertation of Distinction is presented to Dr. Afifa Zaman for her dissertation, Educational Experiences and Psychosocial Well-Being of Newcomer Afghan Refugee Students in California Community Colleges, chaired by Dr. Kim Hirabayashi. Congratulations, Dr. Zaman. Our first OCL Dissertation of Distinction is presented to Dr. Patrick Richard Rickards for his dissertation, Failing Towards Success, a learn from failure mindset and its impact on institutional effectiveness in higher education, chaired by Dr. Rob Philback. Congratulations. Our final OCL dissertation of distinction is presented to Dr. Jacqueline Cruz for her dissertation, A Gap Analysis to Find Best Practices in Philanthropy to Support California's Community Colleges and Offer Potential Solutions to Close Performance Gaps, chaired by Dr. Dennis Hocevar. Congratulations, Dr. Cruz. Congratulations once more to all the graduates, and fight on.
Thank you, Kathy. It's my honor to introduce today's featured speaker, Dr. Bettina Love. Dr. Love holds the prestigious William F. Russell Professorship at Teachers College, Columbia University. And she is the celebrated author of Punished for Dreaming, How School Reform Harms Black Children and How We Heal, a New York Times bestseller. This groundbreaking work earned her the Stowe Prize for Literary Activism, a finalist for the LA Times Book Prize, a long-listed for the Brooklyn Public Library Book Prize, and winner of the Goddard Riverside Stephen Russo Book Prize for Social Justice. In 2022, the Kennedy Center honored her as one of the next 50 leaders for her dedication to fostering inspiration, inclusivity, and compassion. And in 2024, she was awarded the Truth Award for Excellence in Education from Better Brothers Los Angeles and the Diva Foundation. In 2024, she also received the Black Girl Magic Award at the Lincoln Center in New York City. Dr. Love was a key figure in founding the task force behind the transformative In Her Hands initiative, which distributed over $13 million in financial support to Black women across Georgia. As a highly sought-after public speaker, she addresses topics including abolitionist teaching, anti-racism, hip-hop education, Black girlhood, queer youth, educational reparations, and the role of art-based education in fostering youth civic engagement. Her insights have been featured in prominent media outlets such as National Public Radio, PBS, The Daily Beast, Time Magazine, Education Week, The Guardian, and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. In 2018, the Georgia House of Representatives honored Dr. Love with a resolution recognizing her significant contributions to education. As a public scholar, she regularly contributes to Education Week opinion on issues of race and education in America. Her book, We Want to Do More Than Survive, has sold nearly 200,000 copies and remains a staple in classrooms across the country, solidifying her role as a leading voice in education today. We are delighted to have her speak to you today. The poet Rumi says, "Love is the bridge between you and everything." I welcome you, the bridge, Dr. Love.
Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I can go home now. Let me catch my breath. We are here for you all. You're not here for me. So let me catch my breath, because that is just an amazing feeling to feel so welcome. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to say congratulations to you all. I want to thank Dean Pedro for just not only a wonderful introduction, but just, I knew Pedro when he had hair. And I have seen such a brilliant, thoughtful man over the last 20 years of my career just be so gracious, so humble, so thoughtful. And so when I got this invitation from you, I didn't even care what date it was. I just wanted to say yes. And I thought the Lakers would be playing, so I'm really, I really wanted to come. So thank you for all that you have done for the field of education. Thank you. To the graduates, you are here, baby. You are here. Oh, you are here. But I also want to give a heartfelt congratulations to your parents. Come on. Let's go. We got grandmas in here. Come on, grandmas. Come on, aunties. Come on, uncles. Come on, brothers and sisters. Let's go. All the cousins and family. All right. And black and brown folks, we got fictitious, like just made up people. So to all the family that's not family but family, congratulations. And to the partners. Who listened to all your fears, who kept telling you you were going to make it, who listened to you talk about things they had no absolute clue what you were talking about, but reassured you that you were going to make it as they had no clue what you were talking about. They saw your greatness. They loved you through it. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Where I come from, this is called a community win. And it's a community win based on love. And I want to just say this. I know that I'm supposed to be like humble to be your speaker, and I'm really gracious to be your speaker, but I really am, because I'm going to tell you why. About 3 weeks ago, I had an opportunity with my 2 children, who are twins, to take a tour of USC. Now, I don't know where they got this idea that they wanted to go to USC. We are East Coast people. They have never even traveled to California before, but they were like, I want to go to USC. So I was like, let's go to USC. Let's, it's spring break, let's go to USC. Let's take a trip to California. What I saw here, this is truly a place of wonder. It is truly a place of curiosity and brilliance and freedom. And freedom. Freedom to dream, freedom to explore, freedom to love, learning for the purpose of serving others. As doctoral graduates, you have to be thinking about right now, what is your purpose? What is your research going to say? What is your leadership going to say? The organizational change strategies, what are they going to say? Global policy initiatives, what is it for? What does it all really mean? And I want to call on today that it means love. And Bell Hooks teaches us about love. Bell Hooks tells us that love has ingredients. And that many folks say they love you, but they don't know what love is. Bell Hooks teaches us that people say they love you, they care for you, but they don't know what love is. Love has ingredients: care, consent, communication, commitment, empathy, recognition, high expectations. knowledge, protection, respect, responsibility, trust, and truth. If I love you, I'm going to tell you the truth. These ingredients must be in your research, your methods, your frameworks, your strategic thinking about what happens in classrooms around the world. We must love. We must know love with these degrees of distinction. Love beyond the hallmark, because love is hard work. If I love you, I tell you the truth. If I love you, I respect you. And if I love you, I want nothing but the highest of expectations for you. If I love you, you can't pity me and love me. You can't have low expectations for me and tell me that you love me. You have to look at these children in this world, and you have to truly know that you love them with the ingredients of love. And then that will bring you joy. But you can't have love without joy. And let me say this, I know a little something about love and joy. I grew up in a loving family in upstate New York. I grew up in Rochester, New York. And for those who don't know, Rochester, New York, Canada. That's how high up we are. And I was an inquisitive little girl with a vivid imagination. I had big dreams. And I had two parents who did not go to college, but they imagined for me. And I wanted to be a stockbroker. There was something about the idea of yelling at people about money that I had saw in the movies that I thought was really, really cool. So I really wanted to be a stockbroker when I grew up. And my parents never told me that I couldn't. They never chipped my imagination. And my parents loved me fiercely. They loved the little girl that could not dance but was always on the dance floor. Since I'm in Trojan family, I will share something with you all. I just learned the electric slide about 6 years ago. No judgment if you love me. And my mother's superpower was authenticity. She demanded that her children be authentic. I remember coming home with a terrible report card, and I would lie to my mother about I took up for somebody, and that right there, she would forget about all those C's and D's. You stood up for who? Oh, okay, and that was it. She wouldn't even care about that report card anymore. She was demanding that her children speak up. She demanded that we be authentic. And she held that in the highest regard, never quiver, never back down. Always walk into a room with confidence and you will be free. So when I told my mother I was gay, she embraced me and said, it's about time. She said, we've been waiting on you. That's the kind of love I come from. My mother is an outspoken black woman. I was telling folks today that when this place is done, there will be styrofoam left, roaches left, and patty. And my mother's infamous for one-liners. But she gave me a piece of advice that has stayed with me through every degree, every graduation, every award. My mother told me, don't be an educated fool. When I told my mother I was going to go back to school and get my PhD, she listened to my whole plan. She let me talk about what schools I wanted to go to and what I wanted to major in and what I wanted to do with this PhD. And when she was done, she just said simply, Tina, don't be an educated fool. She didn't ask any other questions beyond that. She never asked me how class is going, how your grades are doing, how's your professors. She said one thing. The whole 5 years I got my PhD, she said one thing. Don't be an educated fool. And let me break it down to you so you understand what Patty meant. She didn't mean don't pursue education. She meant don't confuse credentials with wisdom. Don't collect degrees and forget your people. My mother was telling me don't master theory but fail to practice love. She meant no matter how many letters come after your name, if the people that you say you are supposed to be serving, that you are supposed to be writing for, can't read your work, you an educated fool. Community has to be. If not, we are missing the point. That advice is what I give you today. Don't be an educated fool. Because education without accountability is empty. Knowledge without application is wasted. And it brings me to the truth that you might not want to hear, but you need to hear today. This diploma that you are about to hold is just a big receipt. And I know at USC, it's a big receipt. So if you want this degree to be more than just a receipt, because it's proof that you paid your time, your energy, your tears, your frustration, and your sacrifice. It's proof. It's evidence that you showed up, that you were tried and you were pushed and you were overwhelmed and you were committed, even when the world made it hard. But a receipt is not a result. It just proves a transaction happened. What makes it as a degree is if how you apply it, how you live it. A receipt means you pass the course. A degree means you understand the responsibility in which you carry. A receipt is what you hang on the wall. A degree is what you bring into this world. A degree asks you to give back, to reflect, to stay grounded, and keep learning. If you want to frame this diploma and it never moves you to act, to grow, to serve, it remains a receipt. Maxine Greene, the legendary scholar, said, "A teacher in search of his or her own freedom may be the only kind of teacher who can inspire young people in search of their own." So go search for your freedom. Not just in your careers, but in your relationship, in your values, in your politics, in your classroom. Let this degree transform you. Be reflective in your journey toward love. Because a life of love and justice and joy demands reflection, humility, and practice. Be responsible. Be responsible by using your knowledge to build classrooms, think tanks, organization, assessment tools that are more loving, more inclusive, and more just. Be responsible for teaching a more critical world. Be responsible for engaging in lifelong friendships that change you and shape you. Be responsible for engaging in self-critical reflection. Listen, we all want change. But I believe the pendulum of justice will swing back. But when it swings back, will we be any smarter? We can't be asking for the same old things when it swings back. Because when it swings back, it's about your values. It's about who you are and who you stand for. Dr. King said it best. He said, listen, for years I've labored with the idea of reforming the existing institutions of society. Through a little change here and a little change there, but now I feel quite differently. You've got to have a reconstruction of a whole society, a revolution of values. We're not interested in being integrated into this value structure. Those are Dr. King's words. We're not interested in being integrated into this value structure. You have to know your values. Because you all are graduating at a time, oh my God. And it's going to ask you to capitulate. It's going to ask you to silence yourself when you see injustice. And your values are what you're going to stand on. So, what you're going to stand on. So if you saying to yourself, you doing social justice work, you doing anti-racist work, you doing equity work, and everybody likes you, you ain't doing that work. You ain't doing that work. If you standing up for trans kids and you standing up for these kids and black and brown kids and immigrant kids, if you standing up and when you walk in that door, they didn't roll their eyes at you, you ain't doing that work. This doesn't come with friends. And it's going to be some real tough decisions you make with these degrees. So it's going to be about your values. And who are you responsible for? And the most important thing you can do for change is to heal. It's to heal. Healing is hard work, particularly in a world that rewards urgency, perfectionism, individualism. Healing requires you to tell the truth to yourself, vulnerability and accountability. The African proverb says, the hands that make mistakes belong to those who work. Accountability is not shame, it's growth. It's saying, I will do better and mean that. Miriam Kaba teaches us that we are going to fumble. Oh, we are going to fumble. But are we going to come back tomorrow? There is no playbook for us to love each other, to get along with each other, to fight for each other. There is no playbook. So that means we are going to fumble through this thing. But if our values are truth and accountability and love, then we will be able to create the society that we want. But if we are going to try to create the society that we want with the same values that got us here, we ain't going to change a thing. It's about our values right now. Robin D.G. Kelly says this: without new visions, we don't know what to build, only what to knock down. Making a revolution is not a series of clever maneuvers and tactics, but a process that can and must transform us. So as you write, as you go on and you do this work, and you read James Baldwin, you read Toni Morrison, you read in Bell Hooks, you're talking about Ella Baker, you read and listening to Nina Simone, you got a little Kendrick Lamar playing, little Lauryn Hill, Andre 3000. You watching Sinners, you doing all this. I done seen it 3 times. If you are doing all that and reading all that and you are still the same person, what's it for? I have students who can write unbelievable papers and are terrible people. What's it for? The work has to transform you. Because if it can't transform you, then how do you go out and transform the world? So I know the weight is heavy. We got a lot of responsibilities to these children. We got a lot that we owe these children. We are looking in the faces of children who will have less opportunities than us, less access than us, less rights than us. So it's a heavy weight right now. We owe them. So I know it may seem overwhelming, the weight that comes with this degree, the responsibility that comes with this degree. It may seem overwhelming in the world that we are right now, that we have so much work to do. But look around you. Look around you. Be encouraged. There are people in the seats next to you or you that have the ability to change the world. And we don't do that by ourselves. We do it in community with others. If you believe that you can do it by yourself, tear up the degree. It's about community. That's how we win. That's how we love. We are here in full love, full gratitude, and full celebration of your growth, your journey, your commitment, and the responsibility that this degree carries. The people around you, your peers, your professors, your families, you are not alone in this work. You are surrounded by love, by joy, and by possibility. And the children, the millions of children, are waiting on you to tell the truth. They are waiting on you to tell the truth. A truth that will challenge, a truth that will change, a truth that will transform, and a truth that will humble this country. This day, this moment, you will never forget. And I'm honored that I got to share it with you. So no matter where you go, I hope you move with grace, with compassion, with a heart open to transformation. And I hope you never stop learning, never stop loving, never stop imagining. And as my mother would say with her next one-liner, you give them hell. So congratulations, class of 2025. Make Patty proud.
USC Rossier School of Education doctoral candidates. Please follow the directions of the staff as we now proceed with the hooding and conferral of your degrees. Our PhD holders will be first, followed by graduates of the EDD in Educational Leadership Program, then the Global Executive EDD Program, and finally, our graduates from the EDD in Organizational Change and Leadership. Each candidate will be hooded by his or her dissertation chair in alphabetical order by the chair's last name.
The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Philosophy in Education degree.
Laurel Mackey Karuki.
The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Philosophy in Urban Education Policy degree. The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership degree.
Daniel Patrick Gonzalez. Rachel Claire Beckler.
Sarah Briney Devlantis.
Maung Shin. Jennifer Renee Morgan.
Roger Kenton Bridges. Michael Bossler. Tanya Bulette. Kirsten Michelle Elliott.
The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership degree.
Kamisha Renee Roston.
Alexia Alita Gonzalez.
Nora Sandoval.
Amir Kim El Malawani. Jacobo Coronel.
Amanda Yamilet Peralta.
Gemma Rowley Green. Ramsey Lawrence.
Lu Zai. Manny Macias. Timothy Kendall Topper. Norma Jean Spencer.
Samatra Monique Downing. Matthew Andre Dennis.
James H. Miller.
Lara Minkin Alwin.
Monica Leticia Solis.
Carla Arvizu Sotelo. Nadia Marie Garcia.
Kristen Riggs. Nicole Malak Charlotte Midani.
April Michelle Garcia.
Wakern Lee.
Annabelle Montoya Tanabe.
Kimberly Linz.
The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Philosophy in Education degree.
Jennifer Lynn Gribben.
The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership degree.
Larry Rayford Leach.
Concepcion Rivas. Haishan Young.
Ri Hao Gao.
Shannon Laverty Beiswinger.
Jennifer Crystal Monroy. Ryan Picard.
Oscar Alfonso Felix.
James Edward Tucker II.
Elizabeth Ann Yanis Lore.
Vanessa Rojas.
Tova Elizabeth Shotland. Naomi Lynn Hatter Ansaldo.
Jamie Pellin Ochoa.
Rayma Stradford Dye.
J.T. Sue. Parissa Noruz Mazandarani.
Leticia Gonzalez. Brittany Marie Escalante. Amanda Holloway. Amber Kotsier Singh.
Jessica Pollock. Abhirami Prakash. Diana Verduzco. 。
Tricia Ann Gillette. Jennifer Epp. Delia Hong. Jenny Bard. Rebecca Harris. Samantha Friedrichs. Aaron Victor Harris. Christine Gant Hatcher.
Max Henry Southwick Maxfield III. Regina Rosner.
Lily Yvette Hudson. Joni Frenchon Johnson. Carolyn Louise Baker.
Maribel Vieira.
Andrea B. LaQuesta.
The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Education in Global Executive Degree.
Maria Rodora Perpetua. Isabedra Palomar Fresnedi. Patrick Mack.
Myra Bonilla.
Kaori Hakone.
Kristen Mendez.
The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Education in Organizational Change and Leadership Degree.
Paula Williams Swift.
Barbara Diane Hansen.
Shanna Lynn McGovern.
Tony Nathan Holmes.
Robert L. Younger.
James Colin Kremen.
John Stanley.
Tina Marie Acree.
Tracy Ricks Parker.
Eric Matthew Diaz.
Robert Carlton Truax. Larissa Campbell Robideau.
Monique Alicia Halstead.
Terrence Rashad Douglas Sr. Cecil Hopper.
Huey Chan Linda Huang. Shunit Halpaz.
Sinovia Moss.
Alicia Antoinette Mosby Black.
Taupula Maichiwa Iainga Vicky Tupa I Lulini Atafua.
Helen Park Truong. Sean Anthony Simmons.
Marcela Gonzalez.
Viet Nguyen. Justin McEntee. Roel Vivet. Gwendolyn Alofa-Ituli Saleh.
Cassandra Gale. Cindy Janelisa Foley.
Carolyn Purdon-Wolf.
Mark Francis Lucas.
Robert Michael Perez.
Andrew Michael Kyle Nash. Alves Sr.
Richard Williamson. Joanna Martinez Page. Justin Sinkovich. Hannah Skilperort. Annie Thompson.
Leslie Bailey Mayfield.
Michelle Tresimer. Ethan White. Sarah Elizabeth Mahalik. Patrick Richard Ricards.
Devin James Flannery. Beth M. Foley. Aga Paul. Takeo Kamai. Christina Barbara Lamour Sanson.
Michael Eduardo Silva. Natasha Padamapongs. Dennis Robbins. Cheer Pan. Ruby Park.
Ada Glimme.
Bertha Alicia Romo.
Alma Rosa Burke.
Ahmed Adeyemi. Aliyah El Asmar.
Jerry Kathleen Holbert.
Sophia Lorraine Mason. Kelly Lynn Passion. Tammy J. Samuels. Maxine Griffin Somerville. Tommy Ray Wilkes Jr. Junita Spahija.
Talon Burgess.
Kim Marie Mustakas.
Michael Files.
Tari Gant. Michelle Ann Growy. Christina Elaine Guillen.
Jacqueline LeClaire Patterson. Elizabeth Jean Stoyanovich.
Kyle Ethelbaugh. Juan Demos. Tammy Michelle Dean Alsbury.
George Ramsey III.
Pui Sin Ho.
Joseph Stewart. Andrew S. Vaughn.
Christopher Gary Freeman. Jacqueline Balee. Angela Carney Alcero.
Erica Rednicki. Greta Garrett Nelson.
Adrian Fung. Clint Benjamin Brooks.
Gabriela Rodriguez. Tom Boston Tran.
Alethea Patrina Jordan.
Sharus Ruparver. Stephen Gerard Ruth.
Kendra Corrine Everly.
Sanita Salde Encarnacion.
Monica S. Villalobos.
Badra Gordon.
Ingrid Flores Boyes.
Mary Elizabeth Sikorsky. Alexa Wright.
Anne Ora Campia. Monet Yvette Gardner.
Courtney Elizabeth Powell.
Gregorio Miguel Hunt.
Dustin Leo Zamboni.
Debbie Lee Jones.
Linda Yaron Weston.
Alexander Anfoso.
Greg Martinez.
Wei Chuan Liu.
Omar Sala.
Carrie Angel.
Grace Neela Olarami Washington.
Kaveh Hushmand Azad. Steve Altmiller. Krista K. Loretto Godina.
Isn't that awesome? Feeling good? So before we close, I want to point out that there is another group here today whose contributions to your success were indispensable. Would all the family and friends of our doctoral graduates please rise and accept our thanks? That's right. We know there were lots of nights of late study, and we appreciate all your patience and support. And what about our faculty? Please stand, faculty. This dedicated group would not have been possible without them, so thank you all. And as you know, no program runs just with faculty and students. Will the staff of the School of Rossier School please stand? They're probably already standing, that's what. So congratulations once again to all of our graduates. Thank you to our guests for joining us this afternoon. Please join our faculty and myself for a reception and photos at the Party Way lawn, which I believe is behind us. USC Rossier School of Education, class of 2025, we salute you. Fight on.
Congratulations, USC Rossier graduates. Guests, please join our dean, faculty, and graduates for photos and refreshments on the Pardee Way lawn. Fight on!